season is it right now?
Fall.
Yeah, fall. What do you do in fall? What outdoor activities do you do?
After picking. After picking.
Apple picking? Oh, apple picking. Do you mean back in Japan or here?
Here. Also New York.
Okay. So, guess what I do in fall? What do I do? What outdoor activities do I do?
Hiking.
Yes, hiking. And this is a picture taken here.
Where?
A mountain, a famous mountain. Bear Mountain.
Oh.
Bear Mountain.
Bear?
Yeah, Bear Mountain. So I think right now is the best season to visit the Bear Mountain. And I go hiking or I do mountain climbing. This is a picture from last year.
You look funny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So what you're going to? Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. And you're gonna listen to my story about mountain climbing 3 times, and you're going to write down as many sentences as you can. Maybe note down the keywords. Ready? So before I went to college in another city, my dad and I would climb the mountain together in spring and fall. I know, maybe you didn't get everything, so here's a chance. Talk with someone sitting next to you, try to retell the story, like try to figure out the test together.
Sorry.
So it's challenging, right? But do you feel better when you do it together? Like, do you add something like from each other? Yes, right? Okay. Now let's see what I really said. Here's a task. While you look at the text, think. Besides the simple past tense, what are other words I used to show that this event happened in the past? So what are some signals that the event happened in the past? There's a repetitive pattern in the text. What's that? You find that? We. There's a lot of apostrophe and D, right? So what does that mean? The apostrophe and D.
Shorty. Say shorty.
It's a contraction, a short version of what?
Wood.
Of would. What do you think the word would mean? What do we use that for? Did? Is it did? Like an emphasis? We did climb the mountain. We did.
It's like a pass on the wheel.
It's not a past wheel. It's not a past wheel. So this would actually talks about something regularly happened in the past. Something happened a lot in the past. And you can shorten it as apostrophe and D. I usually climb the mountain in the past with my dad. And let's look at the 3 sentences closer. I just said we use would to talk about some past activities, some past events, right? Something you usually do. And a question. Do I still climb the mountain with my dad now? No. So if we use would, the action should be something I no longer do. Let's look at the sentence. Is that right?
No.
Okay. It's not correct. So how do you make it better?
She would.
She would, right? And also, any other thing?
Always takes.
Always takes. So what's the correct one?
She will take.
Yes, she would always take. So what does it tell us? Do we change the form of would? Does would change? Do we say would? Do we change the would to would?
No.
No, never. Would is always would. And what verb do we put after would?
Simple.
The base form. We call it the base form. We don't change the verb here too. Okay? And now it's time to think of your own story. So think of something you often do in the past and give 4 to 6 details, like talk about the process, and write down only the key action. For instance, for my story, I would write only would and the key actions like climb the mountains, drive to the mountain, park the car. You have 3 minutes to think and write down the key actions.
Using this word, this climb the mountain, drive to the mountain.
This is about what I may write if I'm going to think of my story. You write about your own story, something you regularly did in the past, some past habits, activities. Now you're going to share your partner's story to us, not yours, but your partner's. Okay. Who would like to tell us about your partner's story? You guys are all smiling. Well, which lady would like to do first?
Okay.
Okay.
So Julia and her husband will go for a
Go to the forest.
oh
State
will-
park, state park.
Would
We'll go to the forest.
go to the forest.
Yeah, the state park.
For hiking.
And for hiking and exercise or whatever.
Yeah.
And they used to, and then they would
Would. Just
Collect.
wood.
yeah, they collect
So they would collect.
they will collect the mushrooms because her husband likes that. And then they they go back to the home. They will go back to home and check them if they are good for eating, and they cook it.
Oh, but be careful. Mushrooms are sometimes poisonous.
Yeah, I know, but in Ukraine it's like a culture. We usually go to the forest and we know which kind of mushroom is good.
Good. Oh. So the story of Julia is about mushroom. Like they would go to the forest. Can you think of other expressions, other ways to say that? To talk about something past, something you did regularly in the past. I heard that from Diana, and also Adriana mentioned it. Besides the word would, we could also use
Yes.
used. Yes, used to. Exactly.
to.
So I could say my father and I used to climb the mountain together. And what do we use the expression used to for? What does it mean? Used to.
Something that you
Usually. Usually now, like usually do now, or usually do
in the past.
in the past. Yes, usually do in the past. And do I do it now? Do I still do it? No, so the same. So past habits, repeated actions, and I no longer do it now. And you could see the word used as a past tense. So it's like the base form is use, U-S-E, and you add a D to that, and the verb after it is climb instead of to climbing. Okay, but do they have a difference? The word used to and would, are they different? Now talk with the person sitting next to you and see which ones or which one can we use in different sentences. Do you guys reach a reach an agreement? Reach an agreement?
No.
Yeah, because these are very tricky, right? So the first one, who thinks we can use used to? I used to sing. I used to sing, is that right? And the last one, I used to be a singer. I saw 2 hands, 3 hands. Sounds better. What about I would be a singer? I would be a singer. So actually used to is the correct one. Used to and would can be used to talk about repeated action or a habit, and you no longer do it now. So these are correct. However, can we use used to describe a past state? Can we use used to describe a past state? You guys know state? Like the state of your living. For example, I am a student now, and I used to be a singer. That is my state. We can use used to.
It's something like is happened in the past, but you are still doing that. Like I study, I don't know, to be a doctor, and I am doctor now, but I study in the past.
Yes,
so
that's your state, like your identity. Sort
okay.
of. State means your situation, the situation you're in, your identity at a specific time. And we never use would to describe a past state. That's why here only use to is correct. And belief you could also see as a part of your state, because like you believe in something, that's a part of your identity, sort of. Singer is your identity, your situation at that time. Okay.
So it's okay if I use wish, I wish I would be a singer.
Oh, that's in a different sense.
It's different.
Yeah, you're expressing what you would like to be. That sounds like would like, I'd like to be, a different situation. I used to believe that math was useless in real life. If you're going to questioning about it, how do you make a question? How do you ask a question?
According to you.
Do you?
Did you?
Did you? Yeah, because you could see this as the base form, and you use did to ask about something happened in the past. Did you used to believe that? So, Yuko, did you used to believe that math was useless in real life?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you didn't. No, you didn't. That's a perfect answer. So can you give me a 4 sentence to answer the question using used to?
No, I didn't. I used to believe that math was.
No.
I didn't used to believe.
I didn't use or I didn't use.
I didn't used to believe
Yeah.
that math was.
Right, you just see it as a regular verb. Like I liked to do something, I didn't like to. I used to do something I didn't use to.
Did you used to be a
Singer? Yeah. So Jasmine, did you used to be a singer?
No, I didn't used to be a singer.
Perfect. Can you ask Julia the question?
No, I didn't used to be.
Okay.
Ask again. Ask.
So Jasmine is gonna ask you first.
Jasmine, did you
Okay, yeah.
did you used to be a singer?
Yeah, maybe ask someone else. Did you used to be a singer? Who would you like to ask the question?
You go. Did you used to be a singer?
No, I didn't used to be a singer.
Okay. Are you curious about her past occupation?
Yeah.
So, what question can you ask to get a specific answer of what she used to be?
What did you used to be?
Yes. What did you used to be? It's the same. Like, what did you like? What did you used to be? We just changed the verb. Now, we are going to do an interview. And you're going to create your own questions for your classmates. As you can see, there are 3 questions already put in our chart. And 4 and 5 are blank right now. So you're going to create 2 questions and put at number 4 and number 5. And you could also either choose from the list below the chart, you can choose, or you can create your own questions. So how are you going to do that? Here's like a hint, like a structure. If you'd like to create a yes/no question, you may ask, what can you ask? Did you something? The question can start with did you. And if you want to ask for a specific answer, you could ask a WH question, like maybe what, why, and like what sports did you used to do or something? Depends on what questions you're gonna ask. And for for yes/no questions, prepare one related follow-up question for it, because you don't want them to answer no and you just stop there, right? So ask a follow-up question, prepare one for that. And you have 4 minutes to create the question and also think of your own answer for the first 3 questions. Let's start the interview. So for the questions, as you can see, please ask another question. If they said, for example, what habit did you used to have? And I may say, I used to play computers for a long time, but now I don't do that. So you need to ask a follow-up question. Why did you stop doing so? Are you curious? And when did you stop doing so? Or you could use another word, quit. It's the same. Quit doing so. Get it? So, and also write down your interviewee's name and the answers, like only keywords. Now you may start. Ask your classmates. Move around the classroom. Okay, I'm sure you've heard something fun, right? Okay, and we're gonna post it on Schoology. So that's our homework for today. So you're going to write about your whatever interviewees you had and write about their responses. So if I got the answer from like Jasmine and she said she used to play badminton, and I'm going to write that down on Schoology. And try to use different words. So use would and used to, and also the negation didn't used to. Okay, so use 3 different expressions to talk about your interviewees, past habits, activities, anything. And where are we going to post that? We are gonna post it here. Not your. So go to Schoology, the material part, and click it, and there's a discussion forum. It says your story. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yay! So time to go.
Yeah.